back, and Shannon is just chomping at the bit to review the TV sensation that is The Cape.
The Cape. Holy shit.
Yes, NBC's newest entry into superhero television series. But by the way, shameless plug time. I wrote a story on Parallel Universe about lame TV superheroes that it's the spin-off point. And ironically, it took forever for it to get online because the TV editor at MSN thought I was way too hard on it and then rewrote it to make it sound like...
Now, the thing that's out there, is that all you, or is that the rewrite?
The only the Cape thing is the rewrite.
Okay.
He didn't touch me slamming... MSN's getting a shitload of money from NBC and Universal, so...
Okay.
Yes,
there you go.
That's why.
That's called synergy.
Yes, but now that that's online, I can also fully talk about my feelings towards the Cape.
Yes,
Did you watch it, Carrie?
Honestly, I didn't.
Oh,
okay. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'll tell you right up front. It's fucking horrible.
It is.
But we're gonna TiVo it every week. My wife and I decided.
Yes. Is it going to be a get drunk and watch show?
Yes.
No, you don't even have to get drunk.
It's so hilariously bad, and you might as well watch it because this thing is not going to have a long life. It's fucking...
Well, the guy who's making the show talks like it's going to have a long life because he's talking about how it's going to start getting darker and scarier.
Okay, now
and
here's
X-Files-y.
and
I'm like, he acts like it's going to last more than 4 episodes.
Now, here's
Good
my
luck
theory.
with that, pal.
They're taking the opposite heroes route. We're going to start this thing out so shitty that can only go up.
But by the way, they aired the pilot and the first episode twice in one weekend, and then the real episodes I think start on the 17th or something like that.
Yeah, on Monday.
Yeah. Wow, this thing's so fucking train wreck bad.
Okay, let's just start from the start.
Yeah.
Cop, what's his name?
Okay.
Vince Faraday.
Well, there you go.
And his son Trip Faraday.
Trip
Faraday.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Anyway, so
it gets better.
He's a cop, right? And he's a good
cop.
This corporation, which is which is headed by the vampire from
True Blood.
What was it? What's his name?
James Frayne.
The one that was messing with Tara. The guy's a good actor.
Oh,
yeah,
good
actor. You know the interesting vampire they killed off?
Yeah. So anyway, he wants to own the police force. Ends up happening, whatever. Turns out this guy's a bad guy named, was it Chess?
Yes, it's Chess.
And
Jesus.
Checkmate, Chess.
He wears this shitty leather mask, and he's got contacts in. That one eye is each is a chess piece. And
What?
He is not making this up.
I'm not making it up. So
when does Egghead and King Tut show up?
No, they're too cool for this show.
So of course, Faraday gets framed for a crime he did not commit.
Yes.
No.
They frame him in a way that they think he's Chess.
Right,
And,
and it's so
by
good.
the way they do it is they knock him out and then staple Chess's mask to his face.
And then set him loose. Right.
Man.
Sounds effective to me.
And then, so they think he's dead. And he goes starts training with Keith David with fucking Franken Beans.
And his Carnival of Crime.
Carnival of Crime.
Oh,
And there's a
God.
tough midget and
Wow.
and a guy that can make you put on women's underpants with his mind.
Yeah.
And then Vince learns how to do that too. Mm-hmm.
And he learns how to disappear from Keith David too.
He can turn into smoke. And then
And say
so
things like
fucking shitty.
this.
Right. So his superpower is he has a cape. And
He's a carny.
Is that all it
He's
takes?
He's a
Yeah,
circus freak
apparently.
with a cape.
I have a cape.
well, so, no, but it's a special cape, Carrie. Carrie. It's made out of
Cortex.
spider silk.
Yes.
Strongest material known to man.
Hold it. How many spiders did? Well, all right. Okay, I'm
and
going.
he
You buy
learns
the
how to-
premise, you buy the bit.
He learns how to fight with it, right? He's like snapping shit out of people's hands with his cape.
With his cape.
Oh, I can do that on the Arkham Asylum game.
I would
but-
say he sounds like a poor man's Batman.
yeah.
Oh God, they wish. This guy's a terrible actor.
Oh, it's just-
all the performances are just so fucking train wreck bad in this thing. Poor little Summer Glau from Firefly and
She's a show killer.
and Terminator is basically his oracle.
And he's
Right.
and he's the worst hider of all time. Like he's trying to pretend he's dead, so he can avenge himself
At his own funeral?
Yeah, so he goes to his own funeral,
Okay, yeah, that's stupid.
and he's hiding behind a tree
Like
that's like 10 feet away from his fucking wife,
seriously,
and he's like
looks
hanging
out.
halfway out. You know what I mean?
He should practically fucking wave. He's so clearly hiding in clear sight.
Yeah.
He's Bugs Bunny, clearly. He can hide behind a tree.
And then he goes and visits his kid
Yes.
as the Cape, and the asshole. I'm sitting there like for most of the first 2 episodes. I'm like, douchebag, get a fucking mask.
He doesn't have...
No, he
okay.
has a hood,
Yeah.
right? And I just
It
kept telling him-
barely conceals his face.
And nobody looks. I'm like, just look up and you'll see. Just look up and you'll see who this guy is.
And you know, we all had a problem with Christian Bale disguising his voice as Batman. This dumb fuck doesn't even disguise his voice.
Right.
And when we say the Cape, apparently in this universe there's a comic book called The Cape
Okay.
that Vince and his son Trip liked to read together.
All right.
So that's where he's stolen his new identity from, is this comic book. And he shows up on the landing and reads lines from the comic book to his kid.
That he read at the start of the episode. To the
Yeah, using his own fucking voice. And seriously, how the kid could not figure out that this is his dad.
So the kid's retarded then or
Yeah,
something, right? It's a
apparently.
special...
So-
well, his name
well,
is
his name-
Trip,
yeah.
so... yeah.
If it's a comic book it's based on, then it's only a matter of time before there's an
This is-
episode where the Hollywood executives
And I'll-
attack him.
And I'll tell you, this is my favorite sequence in the whole thing.
Oh, God.
So he's just like walking around, right? At one point, he's like, "The Cape no more." He's turned in the Cape,
Already?
but he still wants to be a crime fighter. So he's just like walking around. He's dead, so obviously his goddamn debit card doesn't work anymore,
Yeah.
right? And just like finds a lair, just like finds a giant lair,
Hey, here's a perfect lair.
and just starts setting up like Wi-Fi and stuff.
It's
And
all
then-
free.
The Cape Cave.
Yeah, the Cape Cave. And he's fighting a guy that poisons people in the second part.
The poisoner.
Yeah, and he orders, I don't know how, now he paid for it, but he orders like all this exotic poison, like
Online.
like tree frog poison and shit like that, and he's poisoning himself.
So he can build up a
To
tolerance.
So you can build up a tolerance to
my
iocane powder.
Yeah.
Inconceivable.
Like, just watching, I'm just like, Charity and I were just howling.
This sounds awful.
Oh, it's-
but I got it. Now I can't look away.
There's a part where he gets chained up and thrown into a river,
Oh, God.
and
Because he's a circus freak, he can get out of that, right? Easy. Right?
so he like, yeah, they throw him, and he's like, he's totally chained up, and he starts reminiscing about his family, and all of a sudden he just gets out of the chain. I was like, holy shit, Charity, you see, he just reminisced himself right out of those fucking chains.
Reminisce
Yes.
right out of the chains.
Yes, which would be one thing if we ever saw Keith David show him how to get out of chains and stuff. But no.
Amazingly bad.
So it's not to be confused with this comic book
Yes.
No.
called The Cape, right?
Based on a short story by Joe Hill, Stephen King's kid.
Okay. This is actually good,
Yes.
right?
Oh my God! I wish they had adapted it. So good and so dark. Carrie has to read it because you will love
Yeah,
the
you'll-
ending of this thing.
The ending will blow your mind. Don't look at it. Don't look at the end, God damn it.
Okay.
Anyway, I encourage everybody to watch The Cape while it's on.
So you've
Is it-
reviewed it?
Such a pile of shit.
You've agreed that it's good? Bad, I mean?
Yes, it's so bad.
It's bad good?
It's sort of in the same way that I found Season of the Witch watchable.
Okay.
The new horror fantasy.
That's
starring,
Nick Cage doing
starring-
Monty Python and the Holy
Yeah.
Grail, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, he's in the Crusades.
All right. Here's a review of the Spider-Man musical
By whom?
by Glenn Beck.
Oh, God.
Yes. An opinion that I trust.
Absolutely.
Does he encourage you to shoot the Green Goblin?
He now was it someone on Facebook saw the musical, reviewed
Yes.
it, and
Would you like to hear her review?
Lola
yes.
Binkard.
If
Lola
you-
Binkard.
Lola saw it, and her
the-
review was
The title of it, the email she sent me, "Fuck you, Spider-Man."
ooh.
Oh, sweet dinosaur Jesus, Spider-Man, turn off the dark, rape my eyes and ears. Why, Shannon? Why did I do that?
Well, at the rate that they keep delaying it, he'll never turn off the dark. Mm-hmm. It's been delayed again. It was going to be February,
Inconceivable.
and now it's delayed until March 15th.
The Ides of March.
The Ides of March.
They're trying.
That's a good
They're
omen.
trying to delay it till I have time to get out there and see it.
Here's
Thank you, sirs.
Here's the thing, though, is that you can still see it, but it's that preview stuff, and it's selling out every night.
Well, yeah, because
on the
people
preview.
because
Want to see someone die?
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
NASCAR. They're waiting for the crash.
Yes, that's exactly
Come
it.
on.
Yeah.
Well, they're also rewriting the ending, adding some stuff to it, taking some stuff out. So it'll be a different show. The one that Glenn Beck saw will be a different show by the time it opens. Oh, it's just been delayed again. I'm sorry. It's just
Did it make Glenn Beck cry?
probably. Here's what he said. Give a kidney to go see Spider-Man. I'm telling you, mark my words, it's being panned right now. Nobody's saying good stuff about it. I'm telling you, go buy your ticket now.
And half his listeners ripped out a fucking kidney right when he said it.
Yep. Because when this thing opens and it's starting to run, you will not be able to get tickets for it this year. This is history of Broadway being made. I sat next to the casting director and I said, "You, sir, are a part of history." Vote Republican. Beck praised the show for its kooky portrayal of scientists who are preoccupied with global warming. Yes, even he can find a political message in anything.
And Spiderman.
It says, and in addressing those critics who have panned it, well, Beck adopted a mock French accent, the better to deride them as snobs who refuse, on snobby principle, to recognize a show featuring rock music. You know, like critics have always snubbed shows
Sure.
with rock music,
Like Tommy.
like Tommy, Jesus Christ,
Christ Superstar, I was gonna
Superstar,
say.
Jersey
Hair.
Boys, you know. And because it's a comic book character, that it cheapens the theater. So he did his ho 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 French act. That's why they don't like it. It's not real theater. Ho 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 ho. Yeah. So critics have been fine with shows like The Lion King.
Or look at Avenue Q. It's a Muppet show.
Yes. So anyway, but he's very excited about it and wants you to see it. He wants you to see it right away because apparently not only has it got a message about global warming in it and about how it's a sham, but there's also apparently the atheist gets a comeuppance in it.
good.
Well, I have a theory.
Yep.
I want to know how many millions Glenn Beck's dumbass put up to try and help this troubled production. Ulterior motives is what I'm claiming from this
Shenanigans.
disingenuous fucktard.
Shenanigans is what you're
Can
claiming.
I use our digital platform to
Sure.
please encourage one of our more unstable listeners
Yes.
to light Glenn Beck on fire and kill him? Please. I beg you.
I don't think we have any that many listeners in near Glenn Beck that could do that. Let's see. Oh, this. If you like the Cape, I think you'll like this show, Shannon.
Oh, well, then I'm going to love it.
Pac-Man, the reality show.
What? How much can you eat?
Waka 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 waka
Waka,
waka
waka,
waka.
waka. Hi, I'm Pac-Man, and I'm fucking starved.
Please to explain because my mind cannot wrap itself around this concept.
It is Pac-Man, the reality show.
I can
Yeah.
see
It's
that working for all of maybe 6
It's a guy,
minutes.
a guy in a yellow sweater, and a bunch of girls in red, blue.
Oh,
Wait, no, hold on. I want to hear about this.
Maybe,
I'd
maybe
watch
3
that.
segments where the guy walks around eating things, gets scared by some ghosts, and he meets a nice girl with a bow on her head. They walk around, they eat some more shit. The end.
Giant cherries float by.
I would.
But the ones who spurn him, he eats magical fruit and then he can consume their bodies? I don't fucking get it.
All kinds
Oh, so
of
it's a religious
thoughts come
show.
to mind. It's. I'm sure Glenn Beck will love it. Merv Griffin Entertainment.
Merv Griffin!
Merv Griffin.
It's a game show?
Developing a Pac-Man reality series, which will follow. Now, this is something that somebody wrote, which will follow Pac-Man as he grapples with fading celebrity and the changing face of technology, his unfulfilling and occasionally contentious relationship with the marriage-averse, emotionally cold Ms. Pac-Man, and his days being haunted by the ghosts of his misspent youth who are trying to eat him. No, that's not. Somebody wrote that. That was funny. It's described as a big, crazy, Wipeout-style show.
Oh, good.
Meant to bring what is essentially the world's biggest game of tag to television.
So it's
So going to get different teams that dress up in giant foam Pac-Man suits and chase things
I
around.
think what you got is like those Japanese game shows, you know,
Waka, 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 waka.
and you'll
waka.
have a maze, and there'll be a guy who is Pac-Man,
And they're
going
going
to
to get real ghosts to come and chase
And
his
there's a
ass.
camera right
You
above
know,
it, like it looks
yeah.
like the board.
Yeah, it'll look like the board, and he'll, have to chase people through and
That sounds
There's
stupid.
also
But if
a-
he gets caught, they kill him on TV.
There's also there's a reality show set about this plumber who takes psychedelic drugs and chases monkeys around with a hammer.
I would watch that
Yeah.
one.
What about
I got big. I ate a star.
especially if the monkeys throw barrels at him.
what about Joust? I'd watch that one.
People just
Joust
riding
reality
ostriches
show.
around everywhere.
Knights.
We need some
Fucking fighting on
ostriches for
ostriches.
joust.
How about
like it.
Pitfall?
that's easy to do.
Oh, look, I got to jump on an alligator's head.
You want that cash over there? Swing over that pit.
Oh, I got to jump on another. I fell
God.
in a pit.
You do Frogger on
can
the
do Frogger.
in the interstate in L.A. and have people
Yeah,
just running
they,
by.
they did that on Seinfeld.
They did.
With George Costanza pushing a Frogger machine.
Oh, it's so good.
And I think that scene in Seinfeld is why this show will never see the light of day.
It's just Jerry will ask for some
I
royalties.
think no. What they'll do is they'll shoot a pilot, and someone in the screening will go, "Yeah, I saw this on Seinfeld."
Yeah. Seinfeld did it.
And then and that's what'll happen is you'll never see this show on television.
You've seen
That's
the
my
pictures of
prediction.
Ron Jeremy in the Mario outfit, right?
I do think about the idea though of changing every week to a different game.
Burger
think-
time.
What?
Ooh,
Burger
Burger
Time.
Time,
Burger Time.
Beer Tapper,
Yeah.
Paper Boy.
Paper Boys.
Patrol.
That'd be
Crazy
great. You change it
climber. I
every
mean, where are you
week,
going to find a
and
giant
that would be
bird to shit on
entertaining.
a guy climbing up a building?
Cubert.
Right.
Oh,
Cubert,
fuck yeah, Hubert the movie.
Hubert the show. These are all better ideas, I think.
Marble Madness.
Marble
And it
you
was
gotta
and it-
start
Marble, and it goes down a thing.
No, you put them into one of those giant gladiator rolly balls. That's
Yeah.
just-
Well, actually, it's funny that you should
And then
mention
these
that.
giant pipe
Yeah.
organs pop up out of the ground and blast the guy off a ledge,
Accidental
and he dies.
segue.
Accidental segue. How about Missile Command?
Yeah.
oh,
The movie.
Oh, you know, all the kids in my class have been asking.
Mr. B.
Mr. B, when are they going to make a Missile Command movie?
When are you going to make a sequel to the Atari 2600 ET game?
Mr. B, were there video games when you were a child?
Hey, let me tell you.
There's these two things called paddles, and this
Everything was-
square would go back and forth between them.
Everything was
Pong the movie.
square. Everything was square on the screen.
In my day, if you wanted an RPG action adventure, you grabbed this arrow and you wandered around left, straight, left, right, straight, straight, left, right, straight, straight, right, straight, straight, left.
He broke.
Till you got to the yellow castle. And then you killed the giant block dragon.
We didn't have no round characters.
16 bits? Hell, we wanted 1 bit. Video games? Meh.
You kids, you're spoiled with your Xbox.
With your corners.
you and
You
your
used to have to
polygons.
walk miles in the snow to the
My
arcade.
first video game box was as big as a television set, and the television was as big as a refrigerator. Jesus Christ, you should have seen the refrigerators.
You kids.
We lived in our fridge.
They're big enough for a family of 5.
Fives, I tell you.
Okay, Mr. B, I stopped listening.
Every man was barrel chested.
And your blueberry friend is scaring me.
According to Variety,
You're born with a paper route.
I was. Fox is currently adapting Missile Command.
Jesus
Well, of course
Christ.
they are.
Screenwriters Burke Sharpless and Matt Sazama.
Shopless, this is shit. Bring me
Burt
back something gold.
Sharpless.
Yes, Burke Sharpless. They're the ones who brought us the reboot of Flash Gordon and Dracula Year Zero.
Wait.
Great
The good
success.
Flash Gordon that we showed at Geek
No,
Show?
not that one. No,
I just
Oh,
watched
the sci-fi
no,
one.
the upcoming reboot that is on the way. That you
Missile
haven't seen yet.
Command.
Missile Command. So they can do whatever they want with the story. They've been told, but so I'm guessing.
fucking story.
I'm guessing.
My dad's,
Missiles are coming.
I'm guessing there's going to be missiles in it.
my dad's a butcher. What does your dad do, Timmy? My dad's a missile commander.
I picture these writers at their typewriter with just like a framed picture of a pile of cash. And they're like, okay, missile
Let
command.
me see. Let's go.
Scene 1.
Let's see. There are 3
Missiles.
Those missiles don't have a commander. I'm the only man who could command that many missiles.
All right. There are 3 bunkers, so maybe there's 3 guys in each, and maybe they hate each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like where you're going, Kerry.
I don't know. I
And at the
have
end of
this idea of this transparent green tank that just drives around shooting at other
Oh,
transparent
you're crazy.
green
It's at the
tanks.
Futures Missile
What do they
Command.
call
You're
it?
crazy.
Battle zone.
Here's how you do it. At the end of Act 1, Bunker 1 dies. And at the
All
end of
right.
Act 3,
That's right.
Bunker 2 gives his life for Bunker
That's right.
3.
And Bunker 1 will be the one who comes, and that'll be Hugh Jackman. And that's how we'll do it. Okay, send that off.
You know what movie I'm going to pitch based on a game?
What?
Remember those games you used to have that you filled up with water?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they just flip around.
When you
And you
squeeze,
squeezed it, and
and
the
the
little ball went
loops,
around.
the loops and the balls would
I'm picturing
go.
that shit.
I'm gonna
Don't
make
picture anything now.
I'm gonna make a
Basketball
movie
hoops.
about that curved wand that had the little round disc with the pole on it that
It's
you could
called,
just make go back and forth.
It was called Air Tricks.
There you go.
And I had it.
Why not?
What about the little monkey and you squeeze the button, it swings around? Did you make a movie?
Oh,
about that?
there you
Sure.
go.
I'm going to make a remake of Labyrinth, but it's just going to be a ball rolling around a maze.
Or a ball in a cup, the movie.
With David Bowie
Ball
singing through the whole thing. And that ball can go around.
So my baby.
and rolled like my baby could.
Get your ball
Sorry,
in
that's
my
Neil Diamond.
cup. All right.
It's actually, Neil Diamond should do the music for the Labyrinth
So-
sequel.
I'll sing it.
There you go.
So anyway, there's that. I'm trying to figure out if I have any more
Do you have any more
Board
shitty,
game movies?
Stories
any more
about-
shitty news?
about. I've got a lot of shitty news for you.
Jesus Christ!
coming up.
Apparently,
It's here we go. Here's the Battleship movie. I have a report on it.
Battleship.
While we're on the subject,
Giant pegs
Shitty
sank my
wars.
cruiser.
Hour
more
12.
shitty news.
E4. It's Peter Berg is directing it.
Yes.
The man who brought us the movie that Doug Wright walked out on.
Oh,
Very
well,
bad things.
But he also directed The Rundown.
He did.
And to be fair, we already have a sequel in the works, Electronic Battleship.
It talks.
But James Cameron has weighed in on the idea.
Oh, thank God.
Well,
He's
because the
my
pegs could be in 3D
Lord and Savior,
now.
James Cameron. Thanks, buddy.
Yes. He says that he thinks it's a bad idea.
What's he talking about?
I know.
What an idiot.
Cameron feels that the only reason sequels exist is because Hollywood is out of ideas
Yeah.
and forced to reuse the same characters and storylines.
I agree.
By the way, I'm
T2
working on
sucked.
Avatar 2.
Yeah.
T2, exactly. Here's what he
oh
says.
yeah. Let me see. Your first big hit was Aliens too.
Yeah.
But you're also doing Avatar 2, 3, and apparently a True Lies 2.
Well, according to this, he shouldn't and probably won't.
but he will.
But he will.
I think True Lies 2 would be awesome, especially
Wait.
if they reused the original cast.
Here's what he says. We have a story crisis in Hollywood. Now they want to make Battleship into a movie. That's pure desperation. I don't know why, but I'm making him talk this way.
I like it.
He sounds more intelligent.
Everyone in Hollywood knows how important it is that a film brand before it hits theaters. If a brand has been around, your Harry Potters, your Spider-Mans, you're light years ahead. And here's the problem, that these franchises become ridiculous.
So goddamn dumb.
So listen, Mr. Cameron, don't make Avatar 2 and 3.
Please.
Because
don't.
it's ridiculous. Right? Okay.
But Battleship is a ridiculous.
It's
idea.
a stupid
to
idea.
be fair, I thought the Rock'em Sock'em Robots idea was really shitty, but
Until
I
you saw
see
the
that
Real Steel.
trailer
That
for
trailer
Real
looks
Steel, and
badass. Real
I
Steel.
I get up and just fuck something. I can't help myself. Like, ah!
Oh,
It's
Lee,
so
stop it. You're
excited.
scaring the children.
Yeah, there's
yeah,
popcorn flying everywhere. It's
See, to me, that is the Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie.
Oh,
I
it,
think
I mean,
think
it
it
has
is.
to be. Yeah.
Wasn't it originally? Didn't that how it get started? It's like
I'm,
Rock'em Sock'em Robots with Hugh Jackman. Okay, what do we call it?
Real Steel.
Yeah, there you go.
right.
You're a genius.
I've got more video game movie.
No. For
good, 'cause we
God's
need more of
sake.
those.
Yeah.
And we'll wrap things up here with this. They had this realism-tinged Mortal Kombat
Finish him.
pitch that was all over the internet
The short
last summer.
film.
the
I
short
seen it.
film.
That was badass.
It was good.
It was pretty good, actually.
Well, they, of course, took it around to Hollywood. Hollywood didn't get it. So what they're going to do, though, Warner Premiere, they're like, well, we'll see. Here's how they test things now. A 10-episode web series that they're going to do.
Okay.
Major Jax Briggs will be played by Michael Jai White
With his metal arms.
with his metal
Black
arms.
Dynamite.
They're going to start shooting in February in Vancouver, written by Rebirth director Kevin Tankar. A bunch of people you've never heard of. The fighters will be Chang Sung.
Nice. Shang Tsung's the old dude that arranged the tournament.
Ponytail and can morph.
All right. Liu Kang.
Teleport. Liu Kang.
Who's he?
Fire
He's,
out of
uh,
his hands.
Fire out of his hands.
No, I'm thinking Johnny.
He's kind of like
Sorry.
Bruce Lee, basically.
Right.
Okay. Durak.
He's a big orange dude, isn't he? I don't know. I made that shit up.
That's not King Koopa.
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Or Wario.
Sub-Zero.
He makes
of course.
cold.
Sure.
He's a refrigerator.
Scorpion.
He is in
Scorpion,
the refrigerator. All right.
Scorpion.
Cabal.
I don't know Cabal.
Cabal.
But,
I know the name.
But I do know Katana.
Katana's
Yes,
Katana
blades.
/ Melina.
Yeah, that guy's badass.
She's in it.
Scorpion.
And Scorpion.
And if
Finish
you have-
him.
And if you
Get
have
over
Scorpion,
here.
that means they had Reptile in the original web series that they did.
Oh,
The web
yeah.
short they had Reptile showing.
Okay.
So.
What it says is the plot will delve into the supernatural. Shao Kahn and Shang Tsung are rumored to be gods from an alternate dimension, whom the combateers must defeat.
And Christophe Lambert is reprising his role as Raiden.
That's right.
So that will be
I am a
on
French.
the line probably
Thunder guy.
toward the end of the year, I would think. 10-episode
let me know.
web series.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm
So there's
a little
some
excited about
there's
that,
some
actually.
good video
Did you
games.
say it's Warner Brothers?
Yes,
doing
Warner
this?
Premiere.
And so if they want to test a web series to see if they can make something gritty and dark work, maybe set in an existing franchise, maybe involving a cop doing undercover investigations.
Gotham Central.
I think Gotham Central's the way to go.
It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Let the dream die.
I won't let the dream die as long as there's a dreamer. The dreamer.
This is the
dream
Martin Luther
exists.
King episode, and we have a dream.
Yes, we do.
Oh, the Martin
Can't
Luther
let
King
this guy-
episode. Let's end on that because I want you to run out and get this episode
Oh,
of Captain
God.
America
I don't like it.
specifically for the Martin Luther King element of it. This is issue 3 of a 5-part miniseries.
Don't like it.
And what it is it's sort of a retelling of his origin.
Don't like it.
Yes, Mark Waid sloughed off 40 years of Captain America continuity and brought the iced out Captain America into modern day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll admit, the first issue kind of made me bored.
Yeah.
It's getting better as it goes, and that's been the best issue of the book so far.
So Cap wants to go back in time, and Reed Richards says, "I can do that. You can go back and say, Bucky,
Yeah,
I can."
I can do that.
Use Doctor Doom's time platform.
Yeah. And so Tony Stark is trying to convince him to stay. And so he takes him to the Air and Space Museum. And they sit down and they watch the MLK speech.
Where they basically
Nice.
fuck all of the Captain America continuity in its ear.
Pretty much, but
Bastards.
yeah, so what? But here's
It's
Cap,
educational.
Cap watching the MLK speech. So there's your MLK content for this
There you go.
episode.
There's another one, too.
Oh, there is?
Paul Greengrass is making a Martin Luther King movie.
Being
Yes,
shaky cam.
because as we all know, Martin Luther King movie needs nothing but fucking jitter cam,
Oh God.
because that's all that guy can do.
And he also said that he's going to do it in his later years when his marriage was falling apart and he was drinking a lot. It's like,
Oh.
what a way to represent him.
Yeah, that's not going to end well. That's not. I know how it ends actually, but
Yeah.
no, that's going to be. Yeah, he's going to get hate mail and.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to get made. Is what I think is going to
You,
happen.
you're probably right.
Yeah.
That-
Especially
yeah.
with Matt Damon playing MLK.
Oh, he's good.
Either that or he will change. He'll change the title to Prometheus, and it will no longer be Martin Luther King.
It'll be set in an alternate reality where
and,
the whites were the slaves.
Well, and while we're talking about, because I was wondering who would play the Martin Luther King, I was.
I like Matt Damon.
You like Matt Damon? I just read this morning that it's official. Halle Berry is going to play Aretha Franklin.
Oh, God.
So I hope that she does
Her own singing?
the Raging Bull and gains
Tons
the
of
weight.
it.
I want her to gain the weight. I love looking at Halle Berry, but I want her to gain the weight.
I'd like to watch Halle Berry get hit by
Or
a
just-
train.
Or she'll ask Martin Lawrence for a fat
I was
suit.
going to say she could borrow one of Eddie Murphy's suits.
Yeah, one of them big mama suits.
Eddie Murphy. All right, let's wrap it up. Do we have anything we need to?
Got a
I did my pimping during the show.
got a few
so-
Blu-rays and DVDs that are coming out.
Yes.
Tomorrow, Animal Kingdom, which is an Australian kind of a
Crime thriller.
crime thriller, really good. Jackie Weaver was my choice. We're not the Oscars yet, but I think she should win Best Supporting Actress for it. The most creepy mother role I've ever seen in my entire life, where she basically puts a hit out on her grandkid. So good. Another one, it was actually one that Vice and I had forgotten about, called Lebanon, which is a war film that takes place inside of a tank for the entire film.
DOS tank,
Yeah.
essentially.
DOS Tank.
So good. And then Justified Season 1 comes out.
Which,
Woot!
yeah, which I fucking love that show.
It's a good show.
Based on an Elmore Leonard short story and characters he created. Timothy Oliphant, between that and Deadwood, this is the type of character he should play all the time.
Exactly. The charming redneck.
Yes.
I like it.
He would have been a
Anything?
terrible Iron Man.
He would have been awful as that, yes.
I have an odd request.
Yes.
If you come to Geek Show events
Yes.
and that I'm at,
Like the pub quiz and movie nights?
pub quiz or movie nights, if people could bring, this is so weird, box tops for education, just cut those off of your
Like the breakfast cereal kind of
breakfast
thing?
cereal. I
and-
think Ziploc has them, and what else? Some fruit roll-ups and stuff.
I thought milk caps had those too.
A lot of
they?
milk caps.
Yeah.
Yoplait cap.
Yeah.
No, Yoplay's doing for breast cancer
If you could
research
just
now, but-
take a second, clip those, throw them in a thing, and bring them to me. Charity's trying to get a smart board for her classroom, and
Oh, cool.
we could use it to
Yeah.
buy that. So.
All right, there you go. Bring those to the Big Shiny Pub Quiz on Wednesday nights at Lucky 13 and movie night, which is
January 28th. You asked for it.
This is the now. What are we showing again?
This is the possibly the most dreadful pairing of films we've shown. But you asked for it. I put this out on the Facebook, and people responded very
Yeah,
positively
this-
to it. We're showing the worst Superman movie, Superman 4: The Quest for Peace.
Oh, so bad. I own it though.
Yeah,
course you
and a movie that was one of the first things I reviewed for the Deseret News, and I took Carrie with me to the screening. Batman and Robin.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, what a hunk of shit!
I like the way he dries his clothes. When Robin dries his clothes.
So help me remember who the villains are in that. That's Poison Ivy and it's Schwarzenegger. right?
And
yeah.
Schwarzenegger
And Bane.
and Bane briefly shows up too.
There's your drinking game.
Anytime-
Anytime Schwarzenegger makes a cold,
Everybody in a
Still,
cooler.
still
Hey,
so
everyone,
sad though. The
chill
worst
out. Chill
of the worst of the mid-range, what we'd call the Silver Age of Batman movies, and the best Batman in it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Clooney.
Clooney was so good.
He got ripped off.
He was screwed.
All right. Anything else before we go?
No, go with God. Make
Tony?
good choices.
I have a video game review.
Oh,
that I'd
do you
like
want to
do.
save that for the next episode?
I can save that for the next episode.
Let's do that because I do want to get this terrible
Oh, and on
J.
the-
Jonah Jameson guy on the end of this show and not make it too long.
Okay.
On the next episode, though, I will be reviewing World of Warcraft.
Oh, good, good, good.
Oh, good.
Good. I've been looking forward to that
What's-
for a couple of weeks now.
What's the game you're going to review?
Infamous.
Infamous. Okay, we'll get
And,
to that. coming.
and I will review ColecoVision.
Nice.
And I'll tell you how Xbox Connect will put you on your ass.
Oh, really?
Oh yes.
Oh, do you want to face off? I got a PlayStation Move. We
I will
can
kick
talk
your ass
about
at
that.
Dance Central, buddy.
I won't play dance. I'll kick your ass in Final Fight. Lights out.
Cataclysm.
Me and Danny Trejo.
Cataclysm.
Let's see. Scott Pierce won't be with us for the next couple of episodes either. He's off
press
doing
tour,
TV
yeah,
press
he's-
tour. But I know in the next episode, Jackie Cashian is going to be joining. She's a comedian,
Yay!
and she also has her own geeky podcast.
She has a fun podcast.
And yeah,
I
so,
listen to it, it's good.
So she'll be joining us in the next episode. All right, let's end this. Don't forget the episode with J. Jonah's stand-in.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so important. Hey, I'm getting Rutger Hauer for Sundance, but anyway.
Good at standing.
All right.
Ask him about Wedlock.
Wedlock?
No,
My favorite-
it's called Deathlock.
Is
or
it Deadlock?
Deadlock.
Yeah.
Okay,
Deadlock.
because it's a
And they changed the
remake of
name.
Wedlock.
Wedlock.
Because people have the Wedlock device where if you get more than 50 feet away from each
Yeah,
other, your
I
heads
know.
explode.
Yeah.
I love
Right?
that movie.
And big fat Rutger Hauer had to run down like 10 flights of stairs to keep up
To
with
chase
the
an
lady.
elevator.
Yeah.
What was it? Blind Fury. That's
Blind
the-
Blind
Fury.
Fury, where he's the samurai, the
Where he's-
POW
Yeah.
samurai.
To me, that's the Daredevil movie, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh.
But anyway, all right.
God, it would be much better than the one they made.
All right. Thank you, Shannon.
Oh, yeah.
Take us out.
Dream more ham.